leaders, halfway up the climb of Mount Buller, just around about 8 kilometres to go to the summit, and Grisha Neerman is on the right from Germany, and there's a steady regrouping, Phil. Pt4 is one man who's got back.
Yes, he is from that early puncher, but it's been a steady elimination from the bottom of the mountain now. The boys that did early work during the race have been peeled off the back. They're going to be making their own way up pretty slowly, a lot slower than what these boys are.
Oh, Glenn Mitchell moving out to our left just to turn the pace a little bit harder to see who is strong, because one or two riders have climbed their way back up to the leaders, and there's a couple more not too far behind them. Now we've got Mitchell, Hodge, Jonker, Neerman. That's the order of the first four riders. They come up towards the top of the mountain. Well, as you know, Phil, you've climbed this mountain many, many times. This starts hard, it levels, and then it really kicks, doesn't it?
Yes, Phil, there's a flat section midway. It's 4 or 5 kilometres long. I'm not sure if everybody knows about it, but the boys that have been up at the training camp during this week certainly will. You can get up to speeds 30, 40 k's an hour. They'll be riding the big ring on that section, the guys at the front. In fact, well, I don't think they're on that section yet, but they are approaching it soon.
Well, this is little Grisha Neerman here, who started. He's such a frail little German rider. He's only just 20 years of age, but he's light-bodied, light-boned. He's a man that doesn't carry too much weight on that bike, and he's going to give it a real go here. He's the first real attack of the climb, although they've been thinning out steadily. Hodge in second place, just seeing if anybody can take up the pace, and Hodge doesn't seem too concerned about this move.
No, I don't think so. Hodgie, I think, is more concerned about Patrick Jonker, who's following all the way up the mountain. It's kind of a cat and mouse going on behind right now, and to let somebody go off the front here, it's kind of a decoy, and can let them concentrate on each other behind.
Pt4 is nodding style as he comes up the mountain, and he's had a good ride today. He's come onto the team for this weekend, and he's been in the thick of the action all of the way. Hodge is his teammate, although they wear different coloured jerseys. And behind, well, now in the middle of the three of them, we've got Jonker. Nick Gates is in this group as well. Matt Tucker's got onto the back. He's doing the ride of his life, that man. He's now got right up here with the leaders.
An excellent ride, and Stephen Hodge there keeping his eye on Grisha in front. And wait, oh,
this is a ripper. My goodness me, look at the way he's gone. He's decided he wants Neerman. He wants him straight away. Jonker is turning an enormous gear. Now, this is the part of the climb Phil Anderson was telling us about. It's a bit of a false flat, but you can accelerate, and Jonker has waited for this very point, and Hodge has realised it. Hodge has gone for him, but he's cracked the rest wide open. Neerman looks across at Jonker. I'm not too sure whether the young man can get onto the wheel of even Stephen Hodge here.
I tell you, the turn of pace right now is amazing. The whole field behind is split up totally. Hodge is about the only bloke that's being able to peg him back, but I don't think he's going to catch him.
I think you could be right. Look at the way Hodge looks over his shoulder. I think he's hit his oxygen debt. He could do with some help from Neerman, and I don't think Neerman's going to offer him any. Now, the thing is, Phil, that this has been a big effort by Pat Jonker. Now he's got to hang on and lock in there, and he's still 8 kilometres from the top, you know.
That's right. Stephen Hodge was doing a lot of work early on in the climb. In fact, the whole day he's been sitting at the front, and we're going to have to see if he can bring back that gap.
Well, just where has the rest of the race gone? Ignore the riders passing through our picture. They're club cyclists on the mountain, and they're now witnessing a great battle at the front here. Well, Pat Jonker, Dave Sanders told us he was the man to watch for, and he's made his move. Now the others have got to see, can they bring him back? Well, Pat Jonker from Adelaide. This year he hopes to go to the Olympic Games. He hopes to be back in the Tour de France. He's ridden it once. A couple of years ago now. He didn't finish it then, and maybe a couple of years on he'll be strong enough to do so now. This is a great ride by Jonker if he can keep it up.
Yes, Patrick has a great style here. You can see he's pushing a big gear, but he's still moving very fast considering the gradient, and soon it kicks up for the finish.
He's absolutely flying, and here's Hodge now, is chasing him all the way up the mountain behind his Neerman. They won't catch him now because Pat Jonker is lining up for the finish. It's a nasty little gradient which will take him up to the line, and Hodge knows now he is racing for second place. Now you can see the steepness of the final 200 metres of Mount Buller, and it's an awful grind. I could tell you what, Phil, my legs are aching right now as Jonker comes up to the line. He gets a great victory here, and he can hardly lift his arm either in triumph. Now, Hodge is also tired a little bit because Grisha Neerman has done a great ride. He's come right up behind him, and Grisha has got the finish inside. He's going to have a go at Stephen Hodge. He's going to take him on, and I don't think Hodge can respond. Neerman will take second place, and that's a superb ride for the young man from Dortmund, and he leaves Hodge to cross the line there in third place. So Germany have got a challenge in this race. He will get the second highest points on the stage. Remember, the first 8 men get points, and they'll be cumulative for tomorrow's stage as well. Well, he's going to gasp for oxygen, but our Phil Anderson is now with Patrick Jonker.
Patrick, great ride there, mate.
Thanks, Phil.
Well, you must have been a bit uneasy. You realise that Neil punched it there right at the bottom.
Yeah, well, I lost Neil early on, and he's usually the driver. But yeah, I attacked halfway and just rode full on, you know.
And were you surprised by the Germans there?
Yeah, I knew the Germans would be good. They were training well all week, they were, and knew they'll be dangerous today.
Yeah, Grisha, I think, rode exceptionally well. In fact, he was in front before you attacked there.
Yeah, he had a little break there. You know, he's going very strong, and I knew I had to go early.
So the winner of the stage, Pat Jonker, he gets the victory ahead of the young German rider Grisha Neerman, and in third place was Stephen Hodge. So after day 1, the point standings, Jonker gets the 20 points, Neerman 16, Hodge 12, and Matt Tuck did a great ride to get 10 points and take 4th place. So we'll take a break, and then we'll be back with stage 2.